We're going to be installing some new injector tubes on this engine here. We put the old ones back in here so we could adjust the valves and install the injectors, adjust the valves, but I got some new ones in, so I always recommend it to replace these because they seat a certain way inside where they connect to the injector. It's like kind of like a one-time seal. You can get away with it generally for the most part, they say, but if you're already this deep into it, they're not that expensive. The tip that I was talking about that seats to the injector is right here. It kind of pushes itself on there and creates a seal. So that's why you want to replace them every time. If you don't replace them every time, which I recommend you do, make sure you keep up with which one goes to which injector on each cylinder. That way it seats the exact same way. And they're only going to go in one way because they have this little notch out right here, so you can't really put them in incorrectly. You'll feel them seat in. Generally going to go facing up like this. I'm going to put them in there. You're going to kind of give them a little bit of a shimmy. You can hear them click. Now, if you heard that click in, it is in there good. That's when you know they're in there. You're going to start these. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of start all of them, and then I'll show you how to torque these down correctly so you don't have any kind of leaks internally. So stand by for that. Also, make sure you clean up your threads as well. On this, and make sure this piece is nice and clean. You do not have to replace this. So. Since we're replacing all of them, it doesn't matter which one goes where since they're new. But like I said, if you, for whatever reason, don't end up replacing them, make sure you remember which one they came from, what cylinder. So what injector, just to be on the safe side. It's just a real cheap security just to go on ahead and replace these. Even anytime if you're replacing even an injector line, also they claim that it's a good idea to replace them into, got a leaking line or something on one of these things, go ahead and throw a new tube in it if you can afford to do so. I'm definitely going to keep the old ones just in case. I like to kind of hoard parts a little bit in case there's an emergency of some sort. I never really end up needing these parts until I throw them away, and then there's an emergency. But I just kind of hoard parts in case something happens side of the road, you can't get one or whatever. And you got an extra. It's always good to have extra stuff. We're going to start to torque these things down here. There's really no sequence as far as which one of these need to go first. That's not an issue at all. So I'll get with you on the torque specs on this. Alright, so first pass, we're going to go 11 foot-pounds of torque, each one of these here. And then we're going to do a second pass of 40. And then we'll just kind of do like a third little pass on 40 just to make sure we're in good shape on everything. Everything's to spec. Another good tool to get, little stubby 15/16 here. This thing works excellent because it's pretty tight in here, especially when it's in the truck. When it's in the truck, it's definitely going to have one of these right here to get that efficiently because they're pretty tight from the factory, and you're going to end up rounding stuff off and it's going to fight you. The front one here is the only one. When it's in the truck, you got the manifold and everything on here. It's going to give you a little bit of a fight trying to get this out. Probably make it a lot easier on you to remove the manifold if you are doing this front one, just because it's going to give you plenty of room to be able to get that. If not, you're going to be trying to get open wrench on there, or maybe even the box end on there. It's going to have almost no room to work with. It can be done though. It's just going to be a little more of a fight to try to get this first one out because of the space involved. But yep, we're going to go ahead and start torquing. Like I said, 11 first pass, and then we're going to go foot-pounds of torque, and then 40 foot-pounds of torque on the second pass, and then we'll do a third pass just to kind of make sure we're at 40. All right, now we're going to go in with the 40. We'll just kind of do the rest here. Now we can do a little double check on this one. And that's it. Everything is good. Went and double checked them. Remember, 11 foot-pounds on the first pass, 40 on the second. Take your little third pass through there and double check it, make sure you're at 40, and yep, at this point in time you're good to go. You've got these injector tubes installed correctly, and you'll be ready to rock and roll.